each of you state your first and last name, where you're from.
Joe Westbrook, Chandlerville, Illinois.
Demetria Westbrook, Chandlerville, Illinois.
Wallace Meyer, I'm from Morrison, Illinois.
Nathan Thornhill from Gillespie, Illinois.
Bill Parfit, Springfield, Illinois.
Braxton Ledoux, Riverton, Illinois.
Jake Nally, I'm from Vandalia.
Scott Linton, Greenville, Illinois.
Well, I just want to take a moment to say congratulations to y'all. Y'all have been on a hot streak, winning these tournaments. Is there anything you're going to change or do the same for this tournament?
You know, we're just gonna go out there and just work hard again. That's what we've been doing. You know, keep hustling. And there's gonna be days where they're gonna outsmart you, but there ain't many days they're gonna outwork us. So that's what we're gonna do, and that's working good for us.
What's home like for you guys?
Our home lake doesn't, we don't actually, like Lake Springfield, we used to fish it a little bit more. We don't as much. So we do the Illinois River sometimes as well.
Home lake would be Lake Springfield.
Lake Springfield as well.
We fish Carlyle, Springfield, and Mississippi River.
I know that you mentioned that you were a guide here. How long have you been guiding on this lake?
I've been guiding here this will be my 6th year, I believe. But I've mainly guided for catfish and crappie, but it's well known for catfish.
Specifically, what type of catfish? And I've heard some people say some different things about the types here.
The majority of catfish would be channel cat here. They just recently introduced blue cats to the lake last year.
Awesome. Have you been catching any blue cats? They've been releasing them?
I have not caught a blue cat since I've lived and fished at this fishery.
Did you guys do any pre-fishing on Carlyle?
We got here on Thursday. We've been here for 2 days.
Did you have any success with that?
Actually, we've done pretty good. We've caught quite a few decent fish. There are very, 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 very few blues that supposedly have been up in this lake over time from people. And we did catch a 22-pound blue yesterday while we were pre-fishing.
If you were going to go find that big fish in this specific lake, where would you go?
Where'd you go, Scott?
Dead center of the lake.
Why is that?
That's where all the big fish are.
A lot of lake drifting is kind of what we do. If we're going to have an opportunity to do well, it's probably going to be on that type of fishing. So
Yeah, here it seems more when you set on anchor, you don't find as many fish. The more fish you can put that bait in front of, you're going to have an advantage.
Can you talk a little about Carlyle and the challenges and the experiences that you've had a little bit?
Challenges is definitely the wind. It's a shallow lake, so it doesn't take much to create a pretty big wake.
This lake is notorious for being treacherous and high winds. It can get very dangerous. So we're going to have beautiful weather tomorrow. So praise the Lord for that, because we've had bad experiences here in the past.
What kind of weather are you guys hoping for tomorrow?
No wind.
Why is that?
That's the lake. It's very choppy really fast with wind.
Light wind, overcast. That's what it's going to be. Prefer it to be sunny.
Why is that?
They just bite better for me.
Really?
Some guys like it cloudy. I like sun.
Whatever God gives us.
I like that answer.
Yep, just sunny weather, lower wind. This lake can get nasty. I fished it in high school bass fishing, and it was pretty nasty when the wind picks up.
What do you think will determine the winner tomorrow?
It'll be like 26, probably 28 to take it with 3 fish.
Probably someone who can target and locate their fish early. I think you'll have what you need by 10 o'clock if you have it. We've had a lot more success on the morning bite. Later in the day, you start getting a lot of boat traffic, waves, wind, weather starts getting to be a factor in any way, shape, or form. You can be more specific with your drifts to target things a lot tighter when you don't have as many obstacles to worry about.
Anything's possible, but we have high hopes. So we feel good about what we're going to do and where we're going to do it. So like I said, if the Lord blesses us with what we need, we'll be talking to you again. If not, we'll keep rolling on. We'll just keep working.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all so much for joining me.
Thanks.
I'm Ken Luttrell. This is my brother Tom. We're from Decatur, Illinois. We're fishing Carlyle Lake. Somewhere around 17 years. It's my brother. Yeah, well ever since. For 17 years we've been competitive.
We've been fishing together since he's been about that big. We're Fat Boy Custom Rods. We build every rod in the boat.
Tom, he built rods for years, but we never built them for anybody else. And I couldn't find any rods that I liked. I mean, I had him teach me how to build them. So after about a year of me building them, and then we just started selling them at the tournaments and then snowballed from there. You know, I'd like to see the tournaments stop capping their field at 100. That hurts a lot of guys, you know, not being able to fish. I would rather them do you know, if everybody wanted to fish, let it go up and then cut the field the second day if you're running the 2-day or something, you know what I mean? Cutting it down to 3 fish that helps it go quicker. That also helps the guys that can't keep the big fish alive in their tank, you know, that doesn't have the equipment to handle that kind of fish. Everybody runs oxygen. I run big pumps.
Big pumps.
2,000 gallon an hour aerator pumps. In all the years, I've never lost a fish. I mean, the oxygen tanks and stuff's not necessary. I mean, unless you really have stressed out fish from fight, so.
They're like their own crack when they come out of there.
We're just dragging baits, running planer boards, trying to cover a big spread of water, running a ledge. We've been down for the last 4 days and we've had fish.
You couldn't keep a rod in the water.
You couldn't keep them off the rod.
And the same water today is just really slow. Fishing 3 rods, I couldn't keep 3 rods in the water on any certain spot. Some was a little better than others.
We do a little bit for the channel cat other than opposed to blue cat fishing, you know, where we're running larger gear. Say if we was on the other side of the bridge, we'd be running a smaller hook, less likely to hook up on the wood. Well, I feel that we're competing with ourselves versus nature. Best advice I can give a new angler coming into tournament fishing: ask questions. Guys would be more than glad to help you and give you the answers.
That's how we learn.
That's how we learn. Nah, that fish is 6.5, 6 3/4 pounds. Yeah. That one there is probably 4, 4.5.
This is what I've been catching tons of.
Trying to do a little upgrade.
Do a couple little upgrades.
My name's Chris Wallace. Everybody calls me Fudd. I'm from Muncie, Indiana.
I'm Dave Lockridge from Anderson, Indiana.
Carlyle Lake is a lake that it's kind of hard to get some information on. We've never been here before. He's been here 30 years ago.
The app that we use for calling fish is called, it's an Easy Calling. It's an app that you pay like $1.99 and you can keep it for life. And it keeps track of your fishing, the conditions. You can add everything to it. It's just on the App Store. Hey,
Yep, he's nailing that. And he come off. That's what we're battling today.
They don't want to put the whole thing in their mouth.
They seem like they're on there.
So we'll either probably have to even change the size of the bait to a little smaller or go down on the hooks.
We actually use the double hook rig, and then we add on a couple of the rattles, the line rattles up above.
And we pair it with a Rippin' Lips, the new Rippin' Lips mediums.
That's what we do, is just try to master our tools.
That and our equipment. Trust your equipment.
Yep. It's all learning all your equipment and then just trying to wrap your mind about what fish do, where they are, what they're doing at that time.
Hey, you're right. Wide one.
Yep.
We don't have the...
I'm just letting him hit it. I want to see if he's actually going to get on here this time. There it is.
Those are Parks planer boards.
That's one of our sponsors.
Yep. Probably the best board out. He makes a tournament board we usually use, and then we'll use these for channel cats.
But yeah, the clip on the tournament board just, I mean, it's a beast. It won't let go. Just a basic squeeze clip. The other clip is a hard black clip that actually flips over, locks over. Get everything out of it. He's just wrapping himself. There we go. And now we'll have to deal with that mess right there. You know, get out there and do it. Don't feel like, you know, you're not good enough or you don't know enough or you don't know any of the people at a tournament. The only way you're gonna learn and meet people is to get out there and do it and just, you know, you're gonna watch and you're gonna learn by seeing what people are doing and you going up and talk to them after a tournament and asking them, you know, hey, what'd you do? And they're gonna most likely tell you 90% of it. They're gonna leave a little bit out probably, but.
Hey guys, welcome back to another segment of Catfish 101. I'm here with Kevin Grant. We're gonna be talking about boat safety today. Kevin, tell me a little bit more about the safety of boats. What do I need to know before I even get out on the water?
All right, so before you get on the water, you want to make sure your boat's outfitted with all the safety items that you need. You're going to need personal flotation devices. You're going to need your kill switch, which will cut off your motor in case of an accident. You're going to need an anchor. In case you have trouble, you can drop that anchor over and it'll keep you in place until help can get there to you. You'll also need an air horn or whistle to prevent being run over by some of the barges.
Great, thank you. So tell me a little bit more about what I need to know once I'm on the water.
So on the water, navigation is your biggest concern and the safety of it. So you can study your maps, you can talk to local anglers, and then on the water, you want to pay attention to water levels. High water levels typically bring you stronger currents and more debris floating down the rivers. Lower currents or lower water levels will typically mean hazards that aren't normally exposed will now be exposed.
Are there any other general tips that you'd like to give?
Just being safe and being aware. Mind your wake on the water. Pay attention to no wake zones and safety zones around the dams.
Great, thank you for sharing all those awesome tips. Stay tuned for more on this episode.
I'm Matt Russell, I'm from Alabama.
I'm Doug McAnally from Alabama.
And we're SIC Outdoors. It's been pretty good for us so far.
Pretty good. So far, we've got about 10 fish that we brought in the boat so far.
Yeah, we're dragging fresh shad that we caught this morning. Since we could go throw a cast net after the time. We use 6 rods a day, 4 planer boards out the back, 2 down the middle. Everything at a different length on the leader line to kind of jump depths on it to see what they're liking and what they're not liking. Threw 2 drift socks on a windier day. Just like today, it's a little breezy. Don't want the tail of the boat to swing around so much, so it kind of helps just keep you straight on line. Just makes things easier. Doesn't have to look pretty back there to drag, but it makes it a lot easier for tangles. You gonna catch one, Cody?
Think about it.
That's our guy that lets them all go. We've heard that it's more of a channel cat lake. Coming up here with that knowledge, we decided to tack channel cats because the river section's closed off to us in the tournament, so.
And I'll tell you my experience. I've only been competitive tournament fishing for a year and a half now. But what I did about 2 years ago is went out with about 2 or 3 different guides and just saw what they do on a daily basis and saw what equipment they use. Then we went out and bought the tackle and stuff to start doing it. And so that's kind of how I got started, because I didn't want to have the whole learning curve. I just rather a guide show me what they're doing.
And I don't feel like you have to have a huge boat or all that fancy gear to be in the tournament world. If you can get a 70-gallon live well or bigger in your boat, come have some fun. This is the biggest advancement right here. The trolling motor.
Yeah, the trolling motor.
Yeah. You don't have to throw the anchor every time. You can drag now. It's kind of, hasn't really been new to catfishing, but it's getting bigger in the tournament scene.
I mean, that's what we're gonna do on the pre-fish day, is scan and try to find some fish, and then we'll fish them for a while, and if we catch one, we pretty much gonna get off that spot and go see if we can find another. We try to get at least 2 to 3 spots that we can go to on tournament day.
And we appreciate Mr. Bob and the Cabela's KingKat Trail 100%. You guys are doing it right this time, and we appreciate all of you guys.
My name is Doug Smith. I'm from Warsaw, Kentucky.
My name is David Swearings, and I'm from Red Bay, Alabama.
Right now, so far, so good. We're catching stuff. We talked to a couple locals, and they said that's what the predominant bait was shad, cut real small. Yeah, we're pulling a single hook planer boards. We got 4 planer boards out. We use KingKat boards. They're one of my sponsorships. Yeah, we predominantly pull 10 and 12-aught hooks. Today, we're pulling 5s. I've been tournament fishing for 11 years. On the catfish side, and I've been catfishing ever since I was able to walk. Well, I growed up on the Rivers, Ohio River, on the banks, you know what I mean? And my family's always catfished, always growing up. Catfish you have to be a little more patient with. It ain't like a big bass. You land a 100-pound catfish, there's no bass in the world that's gonna make you feel like that. What you're hunting, you know what I mean? It's a different creature, you're hunting in their environment, and if you wanna be successful at it, you have to locate them, you know what I mean? To be competitive, you gotta be able to fish the water you're in, so you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? I always compete against the lake and the fish, because if you worry about what your other anglers are doing, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, the barometer's a little high today, right now, it's a little high. We got a little bit of a wind. I like a wind, I like movement. And we're supposed to have a strawberry moon Tuesday. It plays a big role in everything. The moon does everything for you, you know what I mean? And I'm chasing the point system, so every fish helps. As of last weekend, I was second in points, so hooray for KingKat, baby, here we go.
So how did it go today, guys?
It started off pretty strong. When it's cloudy, overcast, fishing was good. Fish were biting pretty quick. Caught our first one. It stayed alive all day, made it to weigh in. Once the clouds burned off, fishing slowed down, and we just kind of stayed with it and managed to catch what we caught.
What weight did y'all end up pulling in?
I think we finished with 23.98 or something like that.
How are y'all feeling about that?
I mean, I feel good. I mean, it's the first time up here on this lake. Channel cats were, I don't know, we don't like to catch these where we're at, so can't complain.
Well, congrats, guys, and thanks, y'all, for joining me.
All right, Chris Wallace and David Lockridge coming in.
So how'd it go today, guys?
Did real well with catching fish, but we just didn't get any big weights. So we caught fish all day long, had a great time doing it.
Were there any challenges that y'all faced today that you weren't expecting?
Yeah, breaking off a lot all day, hanging up snags constantly all day. I think we broke off at least 10 or more times. So.
Did you guys learn anything from this tournament that you'll take to the next tournament?
No, it's about the same on about every water we fish.
Yeah, this was just a new lake for us, so really it was, we didn't get any time to really get out and scout or anything, so it was just learning while we were out there, and we're pretty well versed in channel cat fishing in our home waters, so it was kind of doing the same thing that we know, just somewhere we didn't know.
Well, awesome. Are there any sponsors or any individuals that you guys would like to thank?
We got Rippin' Lips. That's our primary sponsor. It's we support all their products, Rippin' Lips and Twisted Cat Trail, as well as the KingKat Tournament Trail. Both big trails that we fish. Parks planer boards. We got Smackdown rod holders, multi-bars, Extreme Oxygen Box, Extreme Bait Tanks, all that stuff.
Wouldn't have good, be able to catch the fish, do what we do, and keep the fish alive without all the stuff that we have.
Well, that's right. Thank y'all so much for joining me.
Thank you.
We got Doug Smith and David Swearkin coming up right now.
So how'd it go today, guys?
Oh, we had a blast. We caught a lot of fish. We caught 19 fish. We didn't catch a big one. 8 pounds and 8 ounces was our biggest fish, but we caught fish all day long.
That's awesome. Are there any challenges that y'all saw out there that you weren't expecting?
Well, actually, I don't know the water. Me and him never fished this water, so it's our first time. So we started calling real early this morning, and we was real happy with the results, you know what I mean?
Awesome. Did y'all learn anything that you will take with you to the next tournament from this lake specifically?
No.
No? What weight total did y'all bring in?
20.89.
What would you change next time if you were to come back?
I don't know. I mean, we set a plan together because it is a channel cat lake.
Mm-hmm.
We're used to 100-pound blues and flatheads. So, this is a totally different world for us. So we wouldn't change nothing that we did. I mean, we did everything that we pursued to do, so.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wanda and Ron Barner coming up to the scale next, some great anglers that travel.
Well, the good thing about it, if Miss Wanda kicks you out the hot seat, she'll probably give you a loaf of bread. And I think both of y'all been at every event that we've had so far this year.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. We know it takes a lot of commitment. Oh, yeah.
Total weight coming in for Wanda and Ron Barner is 27.79. 27.79.
You're in the hot seat now.
Hey, we can't be no better winners than y'all.
There's Scott with your awards. I can't tell you how proud we are to know you and to have you part of the Cabela's KingKat team. We appreciate all that you do. You do so much more than just showing up and fishing, and it means a lot to us. So, Wanda and Ron Barner, your first place winners with 27.79 pounds.
Was there anything difficult about fishing on this lake?
No, this is our third or fourth time to Carlyle, and we had actually found a spot a few years back, and we went to it, and that was the spot that produced. And we don't tell them where it's at. We love it. We love it. Glad to see everybody coming out.
Thank you all for fishing with Cabela's KingKat. We look forward to seeing you at the next trail, and we'll be signing off from the live feed.